afternoon, I'm Raylene Ramsey. This is your afternoon news fix for Monday, the 24th of October. The Prime Minister-elect says coalition talks are progressing well in their second week. Chris Luxon speaking with ACT and New Zealand First, but can't finalise any arrangements until the special vote counts in after November 3. Luxon staying tight-lipped, but admits it's going well.
We're actually wanting to progress the relationships and the arrangements with the respective parties. I'm not going to talk too much further about it in the media, but suffice to say we're pleased with progress.
Ahmed Zawi's lawyer has urgently appealed to the UN for his release from jail in Algeria. The democracy activist and former refugee to New Zealand was arrested after holding a political meeting at his home. He's been charged with subversion, which can be penalised by up to 20 years in prison or death. His lawyer, Deborah Manning, has asked MFAT and the UN Working Group on Arbitrary Detention for help to get him free. She says she filed the appeal over the weekend on health and political grounds.
They can then make an appeal to the Algerian authorities, so I'm waiting to hear some news about that over, I hope, the coming days.
Scepticism over Hamas's release of two elderly Israeli hostages. The women were taken to the Red Cross at Gaza's Egypt border after intervention from Egypt and Qatar. Hamas says they were released for humanitarian and health reasons. CNN's Clarissa Ward says Hamas released a propaganda video of them being taken to a Tel Aviv hospital.
It shows the militants offering the woman tea and biscuits. Clearly, Hamas wants to use this or try to milk this to the best of their ability as a propaganda opportunity.
Israel claims Hamas is holding 222 hostages. A Category 5 severe tropical cyclone is slowly moving south through Vanuatu. Heavy rain and flash flooding are expected in low-lying and coastal areas, and some are being evacuated. Red Cross says the cyclone's intensifying, with winds over 200 kilometres an hour likely. NIWA forecaster Chris Brandolino says it's early for the November to April cyclone season.
There were suggestions that there could be multiple tropical cyclones that could intensify to at least a Category 3.
The storm's expected to calm down over the week as it heads towards New Zealand. Unexpected insight into how green-lipped mussels can survive climate change. Mussels struggle with rising water temperatures, which weaken their physiology, so they grow less and there's less meat for eating. But new research shows they can adjust their heart rate to cope with changing heat. AUT researcher Leonie Venter says some died, but many survived heat stress ordeals.
Physiological mechanisms such as metabolism and immunology supported the use of stored biochemical reserves, and these helped them to manage the stress condition and resulted in survival of these animals.
To sport, Samisoni Tokiaho is paying tribute to Dane Coles as his fellow All Blacks hooker heads for retirement. While keen to ensure the emotion of several player and staff departures is kept until after the World Cup final, Tokiaho says Grandad Coles means a lot to him. Afghanistan cricket coach Jonathan Trott is conscious of the wider inspirational impact of his side's giant-slaying antics at the World Cup in India. And Australian Basketball League MVP Xavier Cooks has been released by the NBA's Washington Wizards. And I'm Raylene Ramsey. That is your latest news fix. We'll be back with the next update tomorrow morning from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.